take it off or anything?
Yeah, I do. I just want to see it.
The acting stunt that may have just landed him in prison, Jussie Smollett's career is officially toast. The child actor turned notable adult actor and singer-songwriter has officially been charged with 5 counts of felony disorderly conduct for making 4 false police reports. On this episode of Where Are They Now, we cover all the juicy details for you and take you through the intricacies of his life. We go from birth to what he's up to more recently and what his future holds now that his scandal of lying about being attacked in a hate crime has completely overshadowed and likely overthrown his entire career as we know it. Before we get into it, please let us know who you would like us to cover on the next episode of Where Are They Now. Don't forget to like this video as well for more content. Jussie Smollett was born in Santa Rosa, California to an African-American mother and a Jewish father. In a 2016 interview with Out magazine, Jussie speaks about how his father died on the premiere of the show that brought him from relative obscurity to hit television actor Empire. He talks about how his father was absent for a large part of his life growing up, before they reconnected in his father's final years. Quote, "I didn't have him necessarily all through my childhood, the way I would have liked, but I had him in these last years, and for that I'm forever grateful." Jussie then goes on to talk about his childhood and going to a predominantly white high school while he and his siblings, a few who are also actors, grew up. Starting at a very young age as a child model in New York, Jussie grew into movies by at first being an extra before gaining a small role in the 1992 movie The Mighty Ducks when he was only 10 years old. He would keep doing small roles in television and movies for about 20 years while also releasing an EP in 2012. It wasn't until 2014 when Jussie got his first true big break by being cast as Jamal Lyon, a gay musician struggling for his father's approval in the drama series Empire. Jussie himself is gay and came out publicly in a 2015 Ellen DeGeneres interview. He stated in the interview that he felt particularly close to his character, of whom he shared both his love for music with and his complicated relationship with his father. Jussie starred in 84 of the 102 episodes and earned 4 nominations for Teen Choice Awards and 1 BET Award nomination. In multiple articles written about the actor, Smollett was described as groundbreaking for his role as an empowering gay black man on television. It wouldn't be long though before Jussie's own hands would be bloodied and cause his entire undoing. It's the early morning hours of January 29, 2019. Jussie is walking through the streets of Chicago when he's attacked by 2 strangers donning ski masks. The strangers hurl homophobic and racial slurs at the actor. One of the attackers pours bleach on him and the other places a noose around his neck. The attackers shout pro-Trump sentiments at him and reportedly use their hands, feet, and teeth as weapons during the attack. Smollett fights off the strangers and goes home, where the Chicago Police Department is called. When the investigators arrive around 2:40 in the morning, Smollett had a quote, "thin white rope around his neck." He is treated in hospital and then released with minor injuries. The next day, stars begin their outpouring of support for Jussie, including actor Viola Davis and talk show host Ellen. A day later, on the 31st of January, Jussie Smollett refused to surrender his phone to police who had begun investigating the attack. They wanted to confirm the details of the attack because Jussie claimed he was on call with his manager at the time. When he refused, the police released a statement saying that, quote, "he's a victim, we don't treat him like a criminal." They decided not to force Jussie to give up his phone. On the 14th of February, the police arrest 2 suspects, brothers from Nigeria who had worked as extras on Empire. Jussie gives an interview that same day on Good Morning America, doubling down on his attacker's whiteness, stating that police are investigating the wrong people. 6 days later, Jussie Smollett himself is charged for filing a false police report. The police also claim that Jussie told his attackers what to buy so as to conceal their identity. Jussie Smollett hands himself over to the police a few days later and is arrested. In a police statement, the Chicago Police Superintendent states, quote, "Smollett took advantage of the pain and anger of racism to promote his career." They then go on to say that the actor did it because he was dissatisfied with his salary. The press conference also revealed that Jussie had sent himself a racist letter through Fox Studios to make the attack appear more legitimate. Later that day in court, Judge John Lykes said that the most vile part of the incident was the use of the noose. Fast forward to March 2019, Jussie pleads not guilty to 16 counts of disorderly conduct. For some reason though, only a few days later all the charges were dropped, and Jussie's record was wiped clean. His legal team released a statement saying, quote, "he was a victim who was vilified and made to appear as a perpetrator as a result of false and inappropriate remarks made to the public, causing an inappropriate rush to judgment." Despite this shocking turn of events, the Chicago police maintain that Jussie is guilty, no matter what the outcome of this trial may be. Even more shocking is that the judge himself admitted that he thinks Smollett is guilty, but the charges were dropped because he paid his bond and carried out community service. In the wildest of circumstances, and what was likely the only thing that kept Jussie Smollett from getting off scot-free, because Jussie stated that the attackers were shouting pro-Trump sentiments, former President Donald Trump himself tweeted out in late March that the case was an embarrassment to the nation, and that he had decided to get the FBI and the Department of Justice to investigate. Body cam footage taken by the police officer who arrived at the scene depicts the officer going into Smollett's apartment and the actor still having the noose around his neck. The officer asks if he wants to take it off, to which the actor replies, quote, "Yeah, I do, I just wanted you to see it." The actor is then later recharged, this time with 6 counts of lying to the police. So what about recently? Well, nothing much happened until November of 2021 when the trial officially began. Smollett claims in court that he was in a relationship with one of the brothers before the alleged attack, and he maintains his innocence, stating that he didn't want the police called because he doesn't trust them. Finally, on the 9th of December, Jussie Smollett is officially found guilty of 5 of the 6 counts of disorderly conduct. Basically, the last one couldn't be proven in court, and that's why they weren't all charged. Now that Jussie has been charged with each charge carrying a penalty of up to 3 years in prison, at the time of filming this, we still don't know what his sentence will be. If we take into consideration that Smollett hasn't had any previous incidences with the law, it's pretty likely that he'll get off with a lighter sentence, or even something as simple as probation. So what now? While we wait to see what Jussie's punishment will be for his crime, it seems pretty clear to me that there's no way the actor is going to make a comeback to film. I think given how self-centered and repulsive it was that he used the racial injustice occurring in North America as a means to further his own career, he'll probably try and get back into television, but won't make any big roles like he did with Empire. By spitting in the face of both gay rights activists and black rights activists, Jussie has effectively destroyed his own career. Additionally, a few days after he was charged, prosecutors are starting to look into why Smollett's initial charges were dropped so easily. It's beginning to seem clear that the state attorney who was in charge of his case back in 2019 may have violated ethics and sided with Jussie. If that's true, who knows what's in store for both the state attorney and Jussie himself, who, to this day, still maintains his innocence. How he can claim that he's innocent even though all this evidence is against him is wild to me, and proves how selfish and deranged he really is. In 2019, Dave Chappelle commented on the case, comically saying that if you're racist and homophobic, you're not gonna know who Jussie Smollett is. You don't even watch Empire. Like, dude, in a world where hate crimes happen every single day, you cannot claim to fake a hate crime just to get a bigger paycheck. That's so wild. Especially with how badly done the whole cover-up is. Like, oh my god. I completely believe there's no way Jussie will ever recover from this report because of how offensive his hoax is, insulting multiple communities in his effort to make more money. Don't let that door hit you on the way out, Jussie. So what do you think? Do you disagree with me and think Jussie's telling the truth, or do you think he's clearly lying? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. I'm your host Sierra, thank you so much for watching Where Are They Now? See you next time.